Today we're going to be going over on how to start an LLC or a limited liability company. Setting up an LLC can be one of the most important steps in establishing your business. An LLC can offer your business liability protection as well as other perks. While the exact requirements for starting an LLC is different by state, here are some of the few general guidelines of what you can expect during the process. So first of all, you have to decide on a business name. So marketing may be at the top of your mind as you consider names for your business. And while it's important to choose the right name for branding purposes, your business name must also meet state law requirements. In general, state laws won't allow you to choose a business name that's already being used by another business entity within that state. So you have to do a business search within the Secretary of State website of the specific state that you're registering your business. Now, most states also prohibit certain words that might imply that you are a certain business, such as insurance or banking. And you'll probably need to include some version of LLC or limited liability company at the end of the business name. You can review your state's LLC naming requirements and find out if the name you want is available by visiting the website of the state agency responsible for business filings. In most states, that's the Secretary of State. So please subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying the video thus far. Now, the second step is to designate a registered agent. So every state requires LLCs to have a registered agent. A registered agent is someone who receives official or legal documents, such as subpoenas, on behalf of the LLC. Once received, the registered agent would then pass on these documents to the person in charge of the LLC. So anyone really who is at least 18 years old can be a registered agent, and you're allowed to name yourself or an employee as a registered agent as long as you reside within the state. Now, after you have the name of the company and the registered agent, then you can create an EIN. So this is Employer Identification Number, and this is provided by the IRS. Now, the fourth step is to get a copy of the state's LLC Articles of Organization form. So to establish your LLC as a legal entity, you'll file a document with the state agency that handles business filings in your state. In most states, this document is called the Articles of Organization, but some states use a different name, such as Certificate of Formation. But each state has a form that you can use. Check your Articles of Organization carefully before submitting them to the state. You'll also need to pay a filing fee, which varies depending on the state where you're forming your business. When your formation documents are approved, you'll be issued a certificate by the state to indicate that your LLC is formally registered. Use it for any necessary task, such as setting up a business bank account and getting a tax ID number for sales tax or any other taxes to be collected. Another step is to create an operating agreement. So after you have your LLC formally registered within the state, an operating agreement contains the details of the financial, legal, and management rights of all members in the LLC. So more specifically, it can include how profits will be distributed, how members leave the LLC, and who contributes capital to the business. In essence, it should contain all relevant information pertaining to the operations of the LLC. So many states don't require an operating agreement, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to craft one. Again, LLCs with more than one member or partner would want to create such a document to ensure that everyone agrees on the rights and responsibilities. Now, the final step is to keep your LLC active. So this would be setting up your LLC is only the start. Once it's formed, you need to ensure that your business remains in good standing with the state. Some states require annual reports, such as a public information report in Texas, or an annual payment, such as in California, there's a franchise tax fee for having your LLC within that state, whether it's open or not open, of $100. So this varies from state to state. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share.